In a moment that sent shockwaves through the comedy world, Katt Williams appeared to side with Jim Carrey in what many fans now see as an unspoken but powerful exposure of uncomfortable truths about Steve Harvey and the culture surrounding fame, success, and silence in Hollywood. For years, Steve Harvey has been positioned as a symbol of mainstream success, a comedian who transformed himself into a television empire, motivational speaker, and household name, while Katt Williams remained outspoken, controversial, and often sidelined for refusing to soften his voice. Jim Carrey, meanwhile, took a different path altogether, stepping back from Hollywood spotlight to openly discuss the emotional emptiness he felt behind fame and fortune. When fans began connecting the dots between Carrey's philosophical critiques of celebrity culture and Katt Williams' long-running criticism of industry gatekeepers, Steve Harvey's name inevitably entered the conversation. Katt Williams has repeatedly argued that Hollywood rewards compliance over authenticity, and many interpreted his remarks as a direct contrast to figures like Harvey, who successfully navigated corporate spaces by aligning with powerful networks. While Katt never framed his stance as a personal attack, his words painted a picture of an industry where success often comes at the cost of creative honesty. Jim Carrey's statements about fame being an illusion added unexpected weight to Katt's perspective, reinforcing the idea that mainstream validation doesn't equal truth or fulfillment. Together, their viewpoints exposed a deeper divide in comedy, between those who adapt to the system and those who resist it. Steve Harvey's polished image, family-friendly brand, and motivational messaging became symbolic to critics who believe certain voices are elevated while others are quietly pushed out. Katt Williams suggested that some comedians were allowed to rise because they were safe, while those who challenged narratives or power structures were labeled difficult. Jim Carrey's withdrawal from Hollywood, coupled with his candid admissions about depression and identity loss, echoed this sentiment, suggesting that the industry often consumes individuality rather than celebrates it. Fans interpreted Katt siding with Carrey not as a coordinated attack, but as an alignment of philosophies, both men questioning what success really costs. The truth being exposed wasn't a scandal, but a contrast, one path defined by corporate approval and mass appeal, and another marked by resistance, introspection, and personal consequence. Steve Harvey, whether intentionally or not, became a representation of the former, a man who mastered the system while others felt erased by it. Katt Williams' frustration stemmed from watching authenticity be sidelined in favor of marketability, while Jim Carrey's experience revealed how even those who win can feel spiritually bankrupt. Together, their stories challenged the idea that Hollywood success is proof of integrity or happiness. What made this moment resonate wasn't accusation, it was recognition. Fans saw a pattern where certain truths are rarely spoken out loud, and when they are, they come from those willing to risk their careers. Katt Williams' refusal to censor himself and Jim Carrey's rejection of fame's illusion created a mirror that forced uncomfortable reflection across the entertainment world. Steve Harvey's silence amid these broader conversations only intensified speculation, not because of guilt, but because the system itself discourages open dialogue. In the end, what was exposed wasn't a single man, but an industry dynamic, one that rewards adaptation, punishes dissent, and often leaves truth as collateral damage. Katt Williams siding with Jim Carrey became less about Steve Harvey personally, and more about what he represents in a machine that decides who gets heard and who gets erased. And for many fans, that realization was far more unsettling than any headline could ever be.